Well, that's good to know, and that's how we'll round them all up into the death camps the second time.
Yes. Yeah, you got it.
By the
Good
way,
day.
I posted a picture on your Facebook wall there, Chad.
I saw that. You would almost think that was me.
Well, it sort of is. I put your face on it, so. Yeah.
I gotta see that.
Anyway, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Beer Dweebs United. You have myself, you have Hoogley's beer reviews, Lee, you have Maxwell Star's beer reviews, Nicholas, you have Guy's beer reviews there, Mr. Guy, and yeah, you have myself. Yeah. We were a little late. I had to take a poo, really bad poo. I had a turtle head poking through. I said it as I went upstairs. My son's like, "What's a turtle head?" I'm like, "Go ask your mother." And she didn't want to answer that. Yeah. What is everybody drinking today?
Well, I'm drinking a Garrison India Pale Ale.
Nice.
Stone IPA.
Bitch.
Pump House Rose Hip.
What do you think of that? Peter told me it wasn't all that good.
I'm just having my first bottle of it now.
Oh, okay.
I have no strong opinion one way or the other.
No, no strong opinion. I think I'm gonna drink this, the new beer from Collective Arts. This is the State of Mind, which is their ISA. I currently have that on the camera right now on the cell phone to upload. Yeah, just opening up the few things I'm going to quickly talk about, and then we'll get going. I'm not going to open that because we'll be talking about them anyway. Alrighty, sorry. Oh, and for anyone that's watching us, we'll try and get your comments done, but it's even harder now because I don't even get an email about comments. They go to the community thing.
Yeah, I'm monitoring the YouTube page, so if you're watching on YouTube, put your comments down there, and I may or may not read them too. Yeah, if your comments are good, if they're just shitty run-of-the-mill comments, I'm not reading them. It'll be like they never existed. Oh yeah, also Beer Zerker wants an invite apparently. So.
And apparently he cares enough about Beer Zerker to actually do it.
Well, no, Joe told me I don't give a fuck. Oh, either way.
I thought it was a comment, sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so first and foremost, for our news, Five Paddles and Garden Brewers are going to be releasing a Trappist Mingle collaboration beer. I don't understand how you can call it a Trappist Mingle. You're not Trappist, either of you. But anyway, Trappist Mingle collaboration beer. Victor North of Garden Brewers has announced via a blog post that a beer developed and brewed in collaboration with his longtime friend Aaron Broadfoot of Five Paddles will soon be released via the latter brewery. Trappist Mingle, so named because it's based on the Trappist single style, and collaboration brews are really an excuse for brewers to get together and meet and mingle, is a 6% ABV ale brewed using a spicy Belgian Saison yeast and Helga hops, an Australian strain derived from Hallertauer. Trappist Mingle will be available soon in a limited run of 650 milliliter bottles exclusively at the Five Paddles retail store in Whitby. So yeah, back to the original thing. Yeah, it's. Can you even do that? Can you make like a brandy and call it like Cognac Mingle or something? Are you allowed to do that? Because isn't there rules with some branding?
I don't know. Maybe it's just you just can't say outright that it's Trappist brewed or whatever. Maybe that's the way you get around it. Like you don't have the authentic Trappist stamp. I'm pretty sure there must be at least some beers out there that say Trappist this or Trappist that don't have the official Trappist seal. I've never heard of any Trappist breweries going after people for it, so I don't know.
Oh well, no, not all of them have the internet, so. there is the guy from There's a guy from Left Voltaire there that West Voltaire, sorry, that goes online to try and find people selling their beer and tries to stop them.
Oh yeah, good luck with that one there, dude.
Was he doing guilt trips them?
Here's a good one. Bellwoods announces the release details for Barn Owl #2. So Bellwoods Brewery has announced release details of the second installment of the Barn Owl series of barrel-aged and blended beers. Barn Owl is an 80% 20% blend of a 1-year and 3-year oak barrel-aged Brett Pale Ale, with the 3-year including yellow plums. It also incorporates several strains of wild yeast and was dry hopped with Ella hops before bottling. Barn Owl #2 will be released on Friday, August 28th at 11 a.m.
So it's their
3,000 bottles.
It's their version of a lambic kind of thing.
Yep. $12 each, four bottles per person.
Well, what was the size of the bottles again?
Normal Bellwoods bottles, 600,
500.
500.
Yeah.
Maybe I would pay that.
They're on the expensive side. But that's all their special releases are $12 or $13.
Yeah, I might pay it for one bottle just to try.
Oh, Innocent Guns seasonal release coming to Canada next, and it should be in some places already, is the Bourbon Pale Ale.
This one?
Yeah, fuck you.
Nice.
It's alright. I had one the other night.
It's alright.
It's okay.
It seemed like something they could do well. I mean, but whatever. You all remember when my festival was, right? Way back at the beginning of May.
Uh-huh.
Well, Mash Paddle Brewing launched their first commercial beer today,
Ooh, cool.
and by today I mean like 3 days ago.
Is it an alt beer?
No, it was their Mash Paddle Pale Ale.
Oh, hoping for the alt beer.
But I find it hysterical because they actually had almost everything in order to open up like a week after my festival, and it took until now with problems happening. Shiretown Beer shuts down. Shiretown Beer shuts down.
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
According to this, Shiretown Beer shuts down. Posted yesterday at 9 a.m.
Shit.
The Atlantic Canada Beer Blog reports that Northern New Brunswick brewery Shiretown Beer has shut down after 4 years in business. Opened by owner and brewer Derek Leslie in the small town of Dalhousie in 2011 and relocated to the nearby village of Charlo in 2013, Shiretown had been producing 3 year-round beers, Blonde de Quay, Big Brown Ale, and Siren's Ale. I had 2 of those. They were actually really good. And occasional seasonals with bottles of several beers available at the ANLB locations. The Post notes that Leslie is planning to stay working in the beer industry. Most recently, he assisted in the launch of Surveyor's Brew House, a newly opened brewery in Charlo. A profile of Savoyas and its owner was recently posted on ACBL.
Well, that sucks. I really liked their brown ale. It was a delicious beer.
Yeah, you brought me the Blonde and the Sirens 2 years ago.
Yeah, I did for the fest last year.
Yeah, they were actually really nice beers.
Does it say why they're shutting down, or?
Well, a new brewery opened up in there, and I think he's involved. I guess he's involved with that up in Charlotte. Just along the North Shore. I think it's north of Miramichi and east of Bathurst, I think. So it's along the point. That's where the fuzz is actually from. So. That's crazy.
I wonder if that's a sign of things to come with so many damn breweries springing up around here. Start seeing some start to drop away.
Yeah.
Well, so he's working with a new brewery, you know?
Well, that would be the smart way to go. I mean, if you were just scratching ends meat and somebody's going to pay you to be a brewmaster, let them take all the fucking cost.
Mm-hmm.
All the stress.
Yeah. Here's another good little tidbit for here in Ontario. Brick Brewing has officially opened its new facility in Kitchener. A year after it was first announced, and 2 months ahead of schedule, Brick Brewing has officially opened its new consolidated brewhouse, warehouse space, and retail store. Branded as Waterloo Brewing, the name for its craft-style beers that have become a major focus of the portfolio, but I think the major focus of the portfolio has been its dollar beers, but that's me. The $9.3 million facility is 3 times larger and can produce 3 times, well, I hope if it's 3 times larger, it can produce 3 times the amount of beer.
It's just bigger employee bathrooms.
It is also much more efficient and environmentally friendly, using 50% less natural gas, 30% less electricity, 10% less brewing materials, and producing 50. How are you using less brewing materials to make more beer?
Oh, is this Waterloo Dark, guys? Those
Yeah.
guys? Oh, wow.
Brick.
Less
It was
brewing,
already pretty thin, I thought.
less brewing materials because they're bringing in more corn syrup. Is that what it is?
Sounds like it. I didn't realize craft was now a style of beer.
They're using the finest of corn syrups and fructose.
Mm.
And rice. Don't forget rice.
Dry malt extract is easier to sparge.
We use all natural craft brew flavorings in our beer now.
Flavorings. Flavorings that have a number after it.
Barley extract.
Yeah, craft brew number 7. Craft brew number 7 malt is
It's
what
like
we use.
caramel number 63.
IPA extract is what we use.
We've gotten people that have drank real craft beer to pee into the boil.
That probably improves the flavor of a lot of their stuff.
It's made just like Budweiser. They add yellow coloring or something to it because it's clear otherwise or something.
Ew.
Well, your cheer. Show's over.
Ask Jay what they do. He went on the Anheuser-Busch tour. They on all those videos they just got him totally tanked. He probably to get the tourists to go to the bathroom, and then they just collect the urine and dump in the tanks afterwards.
Imagine a tour of the Anheuser-Busch brewery is a lot like a tour of North Korea. They only show you what they want you to see.
I was going to
They
say,
show you the part of the part of the brewery that actually looks like an original real brewery.
yeah, they don't show you the Soylent Green end of it.
Yeah. Oh my God! So the greatest people.
Now, years ago that was probably true, but most of these breweries are becoming more and more open with what the inside of them looks like, since they're realizing that more and more breweries against them are showing everything. I mean,
although he was saying those, they weren't saying anything about the malt liquors they make, though. They wouldn't tell them anything about that.
Top secret. It's like KFC's recipe.
I remember watching like a brewery video done by Rickards one time, and they actually showed the reasonable process. They had the malt, they have the hops added to it. I think they were in pellet form, and then they showed them adding. They actually showed it adding corn syrup for extra something, and you see them dumping in the corn syrup. I'm like, there you go.
Apparently, most of the filming locations for the Star Trek remakes are the large breweries like Budweiser, stuff like that.
All the lens flare,
All the big tanks, shiny tanks.
shiny tanks. It's actually the engine room of the new Enterprise.
Yes, it's facts.
Well, they go to the Anheuser-Busch if they want to bring the Borg into the remake films to show the workers in the Budweiser plant. We will add your individual characteristics, distinctness to our own.
Your multi-distinctiveness to our own.
I mean, I guess there comes down to the question too, right? Like, why can't you tour all their different facilities? Why are there only certain facilities that Anheuser-Busch and Molson Coors and all that will let you into? I mean, I've never heard of a tour of the Molson plant, the Molson area in Toronto.
Well, you can't go to Area 51. It's just like the military. There's certain places you just can't go.
I don't know anyone other than people that have worked there that have been inside the Labatt factory in London. It's just things like that. Like, it's a curiosity to me. I'd love to like, those tanks are huge. They're mind-bogglingly huge. I'd love to actually be inside one of the giant factories that actually produces a majority of their beer.
I think those are the breweries where they just kind of stockpile the money. There's probably no fermenting going on in there.
Well, the Molson plant in Toronto, most of the employees there have never even been on a tour there because they just don't really give tours at all.
I really hope they actually all wear wife beaters, like all the employees.
Those are the plants where they keep all the stockpiled dead fetuses.
Rape the ravens.
Well, talking about dead fetuses, they're going right into a news story that we have. A mouse was found in a beer can. Launches an investigation. A guy was drinking his Bud Light, and he opened a Bud Light, and it smelt horrendous. It smelt so bad it turned his stomach. So he put that Bud Light down.
After drinking some of it,
he picked up another Bud Light, and he drank the other Bud Light. And in the morning, he dumped his can of beer out, and he heard a thunk. So he went to his garage, and he cut the can open, and what do you know? There was a dead mouse inside it.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Strange brew, everybody? Strange brew?
He's so used to drinking Bud Light, how did he notice the horrendous stench?
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be like an improvement there.
All joking about that stuff aside, you kind of lose your entire ability to say it was in there when you opened it as soon as you cut it open, because now you can just drop it in.
Yep, bullshit.
Oh.
I call bullshit.
Oh.
Total bullshit.
If it's in there, you go, hey, there's a mouse in here, and you fucking send it to the company while it's still intact.
Yeah.
You can use a flashlight to look inside it and tell what's in there.
At least have uncut video evidence of it.
This guy is just trying to get shush money because he knows it'll make bad PR for Budweiser.
Well, I'm
hoping
that Budweiser does basically what Pepsi did with Mountain Dew and go, yeah, that can't happen, and just tell them to fuck off. Remember the Mountain Dew mouse? Yeah, it can't go. You wouldn't find a mouse in our Mountain Dew. Well, why not? Because the Mountain Dew would eat it up. It would be gone.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be pretty impossible because like Bud Light is filtered and it's got to go through the fucking machinery to fill the bottle.
Well, no, it was a can thing. Anyone that's actually seen a canning line in action, the can comes down the conveyor belt. It tilts upside down. It gets sprayed with very high pressure water. It tilts right back up, and as it's tilting up is when the filling rods come in. So unless that mouse was inside the fucking vat and somehow was squeezed through the entire little tiny filling rod all the way into the can, that mouse did not get in the can.
Could it be in the can beforehand?
Yeah.
If it was in the can beforehand, it wouldn't matter because the can gets tipped upside down and then sprayed with high pressure water out of a pressure washer before tilting back up.
Burger Maker or something.
Burger Maker.
Rat Burger from Demolition Man.
Yeah, this guy had a pet mouse and it died, and he said, hey, maybe I can make a good couple $1 million in hush money from Anheuser-Busch if I pretend that this mouse got in a can.
I was like that lady a couple years back who found the finger in Wendy's, and it turned out it was just her friend who lost her finger that day, and they thought they could make a payday.
Mm.
She got like 13 years in prison for it, too, so it was a bad
Whoa.
on her part.
Whoa.
I mean, there is precedent for stuff like this working. I mean, you get that silly idiot who burned herself with, McDonald's coffee or whatever?
Yeah.
And sued because it didn't say hot on the fucking thing. Like, come on.
A guy at a Starbucks made $100,000 because the toilet seat fell on his penis and hurt it.
Oh.
What the fuck?
How do you prove that?
What does it say now? Do not insert penis underneath bowl cap?
I just got so many weird fucking images of how that could have possibly happened. Like, what?
Just fucking slams his cock in the toilet.
Where the hell's the guy's? What?
He was peeing and it fell and it hit him as it came down.
I think he'll live.
Is he a little person, or what's the deal?
It didn't crush it against the toilet. It hit it as it came down.
Was he squatting?
What the fuck?
I mean, this is nowhere near as extreme, but a friend of mine in high school found a bug in his something at Tim Hortons, and I think he got like a month of free coffee or something. Like
The lady that had the slug on the Kraft Rice Krispie Square.
See, I wouldn't be surprised if you found a bug on something in Tim Hortons. You ever go to fucking Tim Hortons? There's flies fucking everywhere all the time because there's coffee, there's crumbs of shit spilled everywhere. It's
Sugar.
impossible. Yeah, it's impossible to keep it clean all the time. I mean, and every shift cleans, but it's impossible to keep up to the degree where you're at least, you know, going to have a couple flies flying around. But, you know, don't worry. They're not going to drink much.
Yeah. It's just a little bit of extra protein.
Yeah. You have probably something healthy on your fucking Tim Hortons donut.
That's how they help keep vegetarian.
It would be like me buying a bottle of Weiser's hopped whiskey and saying there was a mouse inside it.
Not possible. Actually, it is possible. Just like it isn't getting it in a can. And I'll tell you how it is possible. Very remote, mind you. If it was in a can beforehand, died, and say dried up, like we have some things that come in our glass that say certain particles, if they find their way in there. When we turn them upside down, we give them a high pressure rinse. Sometimes we stir it around and all that stuff, and then we flip it back over before shit has a chance to actually get out. So I don't know how long they stay upside down, you know, after their rinse. But those canning lines, and I'm sure they're going fast, probably, you know, 1,500 cans a minute, 1,500 cans a minute. They're probably flying. So sometimes you may just stir it up, and it may not come out if it's big enough. Believe it or not, sometimes it's the big ones that are a problem, not the little ones. Just saying.
Yeah, but you kind of think that mouse would have deteriorated quite a bit if it was.
I never saw the condition of the mouse, so I don't know what.
You can see it in the video. The mouse is not massive at all. It's pretty much a mouse.
It looks like it just came out. It looks like it just came out of his daughter's mouse cage.
No thanks. I'm not checking that out. Take your word for it.
Yeah, like I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, my wife's lawn chair that's on the front porch has a bird hardened to it right now that I can't get off.
A flying bird or someone else's?
It's a dead bird. It's a dead bird.
Okay.
I'm guessing it crashed into the window, fell on the chair. She didn't notice it for a few days. Told me the day my wisdom teeth were pulled out, so I didn't take care of it for a day or two. Because I'm like, yeah, I'm not going out there right now. And I went out to get rid of it, and it was completely hardened on the chair. And I'm like, yeah, it's been there more than 1 or 2 days, Christy.
Yeah, new chair.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it out on the side of the road with a sign that says free, and see if somebody takes it.
Someone will. I have no doubt. I'm gonna scrape this bird off. It ain't nothing.
I'll just paint over it. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying with how it could have been in there, but yeah, it wasn't.
It's very. I mean, we're talking very remote. I'm just saying sometimes the bigger stuff, it's actually the weirder stuff that stays in things. So.
It wasn't in a condition that
Yeah, and this guy can't really prove it. I mean, this is all hearsay. It's like there's just too many things that could have happened.
That's the thing, right? He's cut the can open now, so. Yeah. And he doesn't have video evidence of what happened. He has video evidence of it in a can afterwards while he's showing the newspapers and all that. Because he went right to the news. He's like, look what I got.
Yeah.
But no, he did. He just wasted about 10 people's weeks of getting into this at who was it, Budweiser or whoever. Trust me, when these kind of complaints come down, man, it's such a pain in the ass to deal with. You got to go through. You got to prove to every single person in marketing and PR and all that stuff that it can't possibly happen. So it's just a huge chore. So he just, if I might be pissed at this guy.
You got to go right down the line. You got to go through marketing, PR. You got to question the mouse guy in every plant. Like, did you drop a mouse in this can?
When it happened with Pepsi, it was the greatest thing ever. I found a mouse in your Mountain Dew. No, you fucking didn't. Well, why is that? Because the Mountain Dew would have ate it. It's just deadpan, I'm watching the trial, the little investigation video, and the guy's like, yeah, the Mountain Dew would have ate it. There wouldn't have been anything left. Oh.
Well, they could perform an autopsy on the mouse and see how much Bud Light penetrated into the creature. Maybe find how saturated the mouse is. I don't know.
Find out how bad of a death it died.
Yeah,
I can't believe we've been on this for like 10 minutes now. But basically, what I'm saying, and I think most people are saying, is we might not like Anheuser-Busch, but our feeling is Anheuser-Busch is the victim here. not the culprit.
Yeah, without proof, you know, you can't rag him without proof.
Companies spend an awful lot of money so shit like this doesn't happen. I mean, I'm not saying they don't make mistakes, but it's pretty bad when stuff like this happens, so it's worth it for them to invest in safe facilities.
Although if they lost a few $1 million next year, and that means they didn't get a new flavor of Limerita, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be too sad about that.
I'd be upset.
Well, one thing is with all that barley laying around, fuck, mice would just be drawn to a brewery with the smell of those, you know, the boil kettles and all that. Like, mice is somebody running for a brewery, though. That's got to smell great to a mouse.
I'm sure they'll spend money on killing them or finding various...
Yeah, they gotta have a exterminator or whatever. Just saying. That's like paradise. Paradise to a mouse.
Marvin wants an invite, by the way.
Marvin.
Now, have any of you guys heard of the case coolie?
The case coolie.
You heard?
No.
Okay, so the case coolie is basically like a bottle cozy, except it's for your entire case. It's supposed to be able to keep. It's supposed to be able to keep a 30-pack cold for 10 hours plus with no ice. It's like 3 layers of aluminum insulation, then a layer of neoprene, and it's fucking awesome. It looks awesome. It's $35 for the damn thing. Whether or not it's worthwhile, who knows? But like most of you know, I love my little gadgets and stuff when it comes to beer, just to collect them and have them around. It's an interesting thing to me, especially the fact that it doesn't actually take any ice to keep it cool.
Put an ice pack or?
No, it's so
finally
thermally insulated that it's keeping the cold air from it being cold in your fridge in it.
That's cool. I can't think of anything. What size case is it for?
You can hold up to a 30-pack.
30-pack. What would I put in that? I'd probably be mixing cases, of course, but I mean, if you find yourself like a 30-pack of Coors Banquet or something like that, yeah.
Put a few growlers in there, possibly.
What the hell is happening? Elvis is going to bed?
What?
I didn't understand a word you just said, my good friend.
Elvis is going to bed.
What? He's harder to understand than Guy.
Probably too close to the microphone.
I was going to say the micro.
Good Lord, the mic's not working. Oh,
It's just
working
it's
well.
like real blotchy.
Very static.
static.
Back up.
Like it's plugged in all properly and all that.
Alright, hold on, let me try to fix it.
Oh, you're fine.
No,
Just back up.
yeah, now it sounds like okay.
Am I better now?
Yep.
Much better.
Yep.
Alright, I was saying Elvis is growing a beard.
Elvis is growing a beard. Aye.
That's right. That's right, baby.
It's it's
You know, now he just wants to kind of look like a... Never mind, I'm not even going to go there. Okay, I will. He's trying to look like a Mennonite, okay? He's trying to look like a Mennonite.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say pedophile.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah.
Free
I
candy.
was just gonna shave all this right here. Just keep this down to here.
No, just shave the mustache. Keep the rest.
Going
You
for
can
the
throw
Charles
some
Manson.
praise a barn.
He's looking forward to getting to his fat Elvis stage, and he just up the chin. That's all.
Oh.
That's right. That's right, baby. Oh, mama.
I gotta get out of this jumpsuit. I'm sweating like a pig, baby.
Taking the heroin on the toilet, saying, "Come, sweet Jesus, take me."
Take me home.
Sitting in the toilet.
That's why
all
Elvis never died. He just went home. Oh.
Good Lord.
Elvis isn't dead. There's like 100 of them in Collingwood every year.
So, to continue our talk with Anheuser-Busch, right, we have a California brewer uses the slogan, "Clean up beers, but Bud is not having it." So, first and foremost, like Dave Rickard said, the worst part about this entire article is that there is a brewery called She that targets itself just to women. But I find it amazing that without owning the trademark of Queen of Beers, you can overturn people that use the slogan Queen of Beers. They own the rights to King of Beers, and they've forced another brewery in the past to not use Queen of Beers, but they don't own the trademark for Queen of Beers.
Yeah, I've read that.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
They use the same tactic every other brewery with more money and more power does when they see something that... Ethan, you gotta stop fucking sucking off your microphone, dude. Seriously.
Sorry.
So entertaining.
Sorry, I saw a big old bowl of candy over here, baby, and I just had to breathe real heavy like.
God damn it. But yeah, they you see the same thing with what was Magic Hat and that other fucking brewery there, where just like the smallest similarity in the labels, and they're like, oh, it would confuse the hell out of our customer base, and they think they're buying our product when they're not. It's like, no, how many people are going to think that that's a Budweiser product? I don't think so. Bullshit argument, but they got the money and they got the lawyers and the power to make it go. So might makes right in the justice system for the most part.
Isn't even might makes right on this one. This is the Department of Trademark, and the Department of Trademark overturned it for them last time.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they got friends in high places in that area, because they're big on defending their trademarks and all the other stuff. So they probably got a couple stooges who are willing to look the other way and sort of tinker with some things.
I've seen a lot of beers out with very similar names to other breweries, and no one started shit yet, which is kind of nice. I won't name names, but to get anything going. But I've seen a lot of beers with like their beer will be named the same name as of another brewery. It's confused me a few times, but I'm glad to see that they're not flipping their shit, because it takes like 30 seconds to figure it out, right, as a customer. Hey, wait a minute. Or someone says, oh, no, that's not that beer.
What it always boils down to is basically what Anheuser-Busch is saying is that their customers are fucking morons. I mean, that's exactly what they're saying. Anyone watching this, if you're an Anheuser-Busch customer, they're saying you're a fucking moron. They're rewarding your loyalty by saying you're a fucking moron who can't tell the difference between one. Yeah, you can't tell the difference between our brand and someone else's brand. You're a fucking moron. This is exactly what they're saying.
Seems like a protocol move too. Like, but a lot of guys who buy, let's say, Bud Light all the time, they're never gonna buy a beer with a slight different. Like, they buy the exact same can of beer every day. So I don't know what they're worried about. You know what I mean? My buddies that drink Bud Light, that's all they drink. So I don't know what they're worried about.
I mean, and then look at the other side of the coin. An educated macro drinker, like, say, our friend Jay, he would tell the difference right away. He'd look at the can and know exactly that this isn't a Budweiser product.
Well, then they'd be angry, because he'd be possibly likely to buy it just to see what it is.
Mm-hmm. But he wouldn't be making. Yeah, but he wouldn't be confused. That's the thing. They're just trying to stop these guys from taking any bit of their customer base, even if it's just for one sale.
Now, what about being a brewery? Because we've talked about sexism, and I'm not saying it like this because that doesn't exist, but just to put the emphasis on what I'm talking about. I'm talking about sexism in brewing. What do you think about a brewery called She that is targeting women?
Yeah, who cares? If it's good beer, it's good beer. It doesn't matter.
It's about the money.
This isn't the place that made with Seaman beer, is it?
Pardon me?
This isn't the Seaman beer place?
No, it's not the Seaman beer place.
Okay.
Well,
Go ahead, your.
I was just saying, just like those those gyms, like Lifestyles Fitness, or those ones that are geared towards women. If they can sustain themselves, all the power to them. And if they have enough clientele, to cut off half their market, good luck. It's just. The same thing with the guys who are really overly misogynistic with their labeling and branding and whatnot. They're cutting off half their market. It's stupid, but good luck.
Yeah, I just did the Tool Sheds Unite Red, which was some Pink Boot Society getting women into brewing. I did that one, and that beer recipe was brewed worldwide to promote brewing with women or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's marketed to women, I guess, in a good like feminist way or whatever. And maybe they get customers, but I don't know what's the reason. I don't know what if there's some charity or funding involved or something. That's marketing, I guess.
Well, yeah, well that's all about just trying to make it more inclusive. Like I don't necessarily know if there's so much of a boys club with brewing as there is in other areas, like at least not to the same degree. But I mean, it's just about trying to make it more inclusive and like, hey, if you're a woman and you want to be a brewer, there's actually opportunities and you can actually get in the industry and do it. So there you go, awesome. And in the end of the day, with if you decide to make your label titty beer, you decide to sell your titty beer, and you want to cut off half your market by doing that, and yeah, it all boils down to the bottom line of the consumer dollar, and you should have the right to make your titty beer, and everyone should have the right to decide whether they want to fucking buy it or not.
I think a titty beer would be pretty good.
I'd try it.
I don't think they'd. I mean, if you look at like YouTube thumbnails and the videos that get all the hits, man, it's always titty thumbnails.
Yeah.
It is titty thumbnails. It's sad, but
make a breast milk stout.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Rogue hasn't done it yet.
Actually, beer here has a milk stout, and it's like a woman breastfeeding on the label.
I'm sure it's probably sold out.
Standing by the jug.
See, it depends if the beer is good or not, because they've done this sort of thing before. Like back in, I think it was the late 90s or early 2000s, there was a beer brand for a while called Queer Beer, where they were trying to market it to the homosexual population, and it quickly died out because it was just a shitty, like, substandard macro lager. So.
That's the thing. If you're marketing a product to let's say, a marginalized population or something, don't freaking treat them like shit. Make a good product for them. Like, don't say, oh, we make a beer for women and then make some shitty beer for them. Like, treat women like anyone else.
Well, I mean, look at another segment of the beer industry, right? Gluten-free beer. They have a already small population. They all make shitty beers because they know you have no other choice.
Well, my question was the gluten-free beer. I don't know nothing about gluten-free beers. Is it possible to make a good gluten-free beer?
I think Dara from Spain, but they use barley, but they've done something to it. I think that's a really good lager.
That's a gluten-reduced lager.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's the only one I've had that was any good.
And then you have the ones from Omission. Omission beers actually taste just like a real beer, but they're brewed with barley as well, and then they use an enzyme to eat away the gluten particles. But as we've been told before, that actually doesn't fully help everybody that has celiac disease.
Yeah, when we were talking to Luke, what's his name? Yeah, he was saying how even the slightest bit upsets him. So he's one of the like really sensitive ones. So. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the only way you can go with gluten-free beers or gluten-reduced, though, is to go with like reduced barley malt or whatever, because fucking spelt and stuff like that, like, god damn, it does not taste good. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, buckwheat.
Yeah.
There's one from France that's made with water chestnuts.
No.
You may as well just drink wine at that. Like, just drink wine at that point.
Well, actually, the best one we had that was made with sorghum and everything actually just tasted like a red wine and nothing else.
Yeah, so go like wine, cider, vodka. You got plenty of options. Sake.
Marvin's having a party over there in the old Jamaica.
Oh yeah, I've got to put myself on mute. Sorry.
Oh, steel drums. The noise.
No birds tonight. I'm inside.
He's got himself his Red Stripe, his Guinness, and his Dragon Stout, and he's ready to go.
No, today I have a Corona.
Ooh.
I'm stepping up, boys. I'm stepping up.
Now, do you have a lime in it?
No.
He has a Scotch
Doing
bonnet.
it wrong.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Actually, now I think I'm buying. I think I'm gonna go buy a Corona and do that.
Corona Extra.
Corona
Just a
Extra.
little extra, just a little bit.
Just a little bit extra.
No, Corona Extra is just Corona. That is Corona.
All right.
And I got some soda.
Did you say Soul?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it.
Sol, yeah.
Soul is actually what my work is now selling instead of Corona. They stopped carrying Corona, and they're selling Soul. And I actually do find Soul to be the better of the two in beers.
Not bad.
I actually like Sol better than Corona.
Yeah, most people that have had both of them say it that, but everybody only knows Corona because Corona has such a marketing push behind it, right?
Yep.
So you look at Soul and you're like, what the fuck's this shit? And then and with the winking sun and everything on it, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? And then you have your Corona, and everybody knows Corona. Corona actually makes me think of the story that you hear from Europeans when you talk about Stella. Corona seems to be like the skid beer of Mexico, where Stella was the skid beer of the UK.
Wife beater.
Yeah.
For macro, I like those Mexican beers like Corona. If I'm gonna drink macro, I would do Pacifico, Corona. Or
Oh, Pacifico Clara. That's actually not a bad one either.
Yeah.
And the brown bottle, so you don't get dunkage.
Bro. Salt is like a red stripe in Mexico. I mean, it's popular enough that a lot of people drink salt. They don't drink Corona. Corona is for the foreigners.
Yeah, see, and that's just it, right? Like, in North America, they're like, oh my god, Corona, 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 Corona. And I actually do find Soul to be the much better beer out of the two.
Good.
It's really slammable. You can just pound that shit.
Well, again, I'm sure Corona is brewed like so light because people will just drink that and piss in the ocean. So they want to save the fish, so they gotta make it light like that.
True.
It's to fight global warming, you know.
That should be their next marketing campaign. Save the oceans.
So does anyone drink Corona in Mexico, or is that like the fucking Fosters of Mexico?
Yes,
From
it's
what
the
I've been
Fosters.
told, the Fosters.
Mexico.
Foster's Australian for beer.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like nobody in Mexico drinks Patron. It's basically a U.S. thing.
Yeah. Because when I've been to Mexico quite a few times, and every time I travel to Mexico, everybody's like, Corona? No.
We say that
imagine-
Modelo or that Tecate.
I imagine you only see Corona in like a hotel or someplace, like as a tourist beer.
No. What they do is like how they do it in Jamaica, where Red Stripe is the go-to beer in every hotel because they sign agreements. Sol does the same thing. So Sol goes in all of these all-inclusive hotels, and they buy the rights for serving beer. So that hopefully these foreigners go back to their respective country and start buying that beer. It's excellent marketing. We do that in Jamaica with Red Stripe. So all the hotels, I would say 90% of the hotels serve Red Stripe exclusively.
I'll be honest with you. If I was in Jamaica, I'd be drinking rum exclusively because I fucking hate Red Stripe.
Rum or Bahama Mamas.
I'll second that.
Bahama
Well,
Mamas, baby.
I'd be on the Guinness.
I mean, I've never been to Jamaica, but generally speaking, anytime I've gone to a Caribbean country and whatever their house beer is, it's generally something I would never drink again unless it was. Because it's never anything good. It's just like a very generic, sweet corn syrup lager.
If I was there, the first thing I'd be trying is the Dragon Steak.
It's an acquired taste. But let's not say, rums are very good. Or 21-year-old or Appletons are very good.
Appleton rums are very good.
What kind of rum do you prefer down there, anyway?
The most popular rum in Jamaica is called white rum. It's made by Ray and Nephew. The second most popular is called Appleton Special.
Okay.
And then it goes from Special, which is like a 3-year-old, then it goes VX, which is about 5 to 10 years, and then it goes 12-year-old, 21-year-old, 50-year-old. But Appleton and Ray and Nephew are the most popular rums. Beer, like the United States, maybe Jamaica is the opposite. Because of price sensitivity, Jamaicans are drinking more rum than they're drinking beer.
Yeah.
And it was 10 years ago, it was not that way.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Appleton 12, especially since I can get it for like $22 a bottle.
I've had Appleton 12 before. It's actually quite. I liked it.
I got traumatized by the rum bar.
Well, in my experience, the Jamaican rums are a little bit drier than other countries' rums. They don't sweeten them as much, which I kind of like.
Mm-hmm. They're not as sugary and artificial. Yeah.
I have a sweet spot for Barbados rum.
Right.
That sweet spot is called diabetes, Chad.
Yep.
We got massive beer reviews here. How are you doing tonight, sir? What are you drinking?
I am drinking water, and I am doing. I'm sweaty. So that's what I am.
Lovely.
All right, I'm gonna forget I even asked what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm moving this week, so it's a lot of packing, a lot of running around, a lot of me trying not to get drunk. That way, I don't not do stuff.
Look at it. Look at all those bottles behind you. You have to pack.
I'm gonna throw half of them out and just start collecting more.
Just send them all to Joe.
Yes.
Regardless of what they are, just send them.
Yeah, fill them all with Bud, recap them, and send them to Joe.
Full of your piss and recap.
The odd mouse in there.
Yeah, the odd mouse.
I just sent you guys a link to my new equipment.
Okay, we do have a comment. Cornelius Shannon says he's drinking an Allagash White for White Beer Wednesday. He says he's big with obliteration, especially in the summertime. Okay.
Look at that man enjoying his corn. He looks like a happy motherfucker.
Is that a still, good sir?
That is so, sir. Hey, one has to make his own rum.
Good work.
Now, are those
Is
legal
there-
in Jamaica?
Huh?
Are those legal to have? Because I don't think those are legal in Canada, at least. I don't think those are legal unless you have a license.
Look here. This is Jamaica. The Wild West, my friend.
What I love is that he has a still. He has a 6-tap keezer.
Yeah, I see the brew kettle over there.
But when are you opening your own distillery/brewery?
No. These are for personal intoxication, in personal
Consumption.
use. Consumption, that's the word.
Yeah, as long as you're not selling it, I'm sure you'll be all right. Right? Yeah.
Is there a craft brew scene opening up in Jamaica yet, or
No.
no?
But let's put it this way. The last time, I have no problem. The last time that I started my rum, a superintendent of police officer, senior superintendent was at my house helping me put the skill together. So I am within the law. So Jamaica is the Wild West. Always remember that.
Oh, since Matt's here, I think we hit a nerve with Joe and his microphone, eh?
No. Yeah, you know what? You know what happened? I made a comment about it at the end of a bottle share, and I think Joe was 3 sheets against the wind and was acting very animalistic at the moment. He probably doesn't even remember posting it, to be perfectly honest.
Well, I was hoping to, continue poking the bear. That's why I said, well, I do most of my beer reviews on a Motorola Moto G, and my microphone works fine.
Yeah, and that poking might have worked if YouTube actually gave out notifications.
Yeah, since it doesn't work right now. Yeah, this whole, for any of you watching that don't have a YouTube channel, this whole thing of not getting your emails when you get a comment anymore is really frustrating. It's been almost a week, so I don't think they're fixing it. I think it's just the way it's going to be.
Is it like a money-saving thing? Like it costs them too much money to send automatic emails?
Well, maybe they're revamping it because, like, a lot of people. You're talking about, like, even a comment. People will comment on videos and it doesn't come up in your little bell notifier. So you're talking about?
I don't. You know how people will comment on your videos and you get an email saying so and so commented on this.
I don't check my email.
Okay, well, you wouldn't know then.
No.
I'm used to waking up in the morning and turning my email on and having like 35 things to respond to in my email folder. Now I get nothing.
Oh, I can never understand it. Like, so confusing because some people, they have some weird setup of fucking Google and YouTube. They didn't connect their channels or whatever. Like, whenever Beer Zerker +1's one of my videos, I actually have to go and approve it because it goes into the spam filter
Yeah.
for some fucking reason.
Yeah, that's the same.
When I do it?
Yeah.
You do
I'm
them?
just-
So,
I'm
no
just
more
gonna-
thumbs ups, I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna
That's
hide
funny.
your channel. I'm just gonna hide your channel.
That's pretty funny. I thought it was the only one, but I guess not.
Feels like a carnival or something going on back there.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
He's playing steel drums, man.
It is. It's like that
Yeah.
old. Anyone ever seen that old Super Dave show sketch where he had a steel drum band and then he said, "Well, okay, I got this band and we're gonna do requests." So he takes requests from the audience and the steel drum band plays the same fucking steel drum music every time. You go, "Do you know this song?" "Yes, we know that one." And then he goes into the same fucking steel drum song. It's hilarious.
Well, to continue on down our street of awesomeness, Amazon to start a 1-hour alcohol delivery service in the U.S.
Ooh.
So they're going to become basically from what I understand, they're going to have a distribution license and be able to just deliver to your door. And I think that's amazing. First off, and I hope that comes to Canada.
Yeah.
And I would want them to have, a fucking warehouse with everything in it. Just be like, you know what? Today I feel like doing the entire Lagunitas lineup. Tomorrow I want a 1-hour delivery of Weyerbacher.
Well, you said this is Amazon, right?
Yeah.
So they must be delivering it with drones then. Just pure drop off.
Yeah,
Now, if only eBay could do this, that'd be sweet.
Nobody likes eBay. Everybody likes Amazon.
No, I like eBay because it uses PayPal instead of credit cards.
Actually, before eBay banned beers, even it actually kept some of the market in check because there was a proper auction house for beers. When you could actually auction beers on eBay, or sorry, collectible bottles that have not been opened. Sorry, and then there was a bidding process, so it actually kept shit in check. And then after that went down, that's where my beer cellar and places like that went ape shit and crazy and stuff.
I didn't even know eBay ever sold beer, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, they didn't. It was against the law or against their rules, sorry, to bid on or sell beer. But people would sell collectible bottles, and they would just be like, I've never opened this collectible bottle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how they circumvented the rule.
So the liquid inside is not for human consumption.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is unsafe to consume. You are only buying this as a collectible.
Yep. And then they put the kibosh on that. So, but they actually just started doing it again. You can actually buy, ship, and get beer, straight up beer in California via eBay. So if you go on eBay, you'll actually see a bunch of beer available, but it'll all say in California only.
Interesting.
You don't live in California, Ohio boy.
Damn right I don't. Them gun restrictions they got over there, hell no, I wouldn't be living over in California.
What do you need a gun for? What are you worried about? No one's coming after you, you hairy freak. Look at this guy. He actually grew a beard now. Oh, isn't that cute? Sweet.
Yeah. York could show you a few things there, young Padawan.
That way when you kick your front door open, get off my property, you gotta have a beard.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
That way they know you're serious.
Definitely do.
You have to also have some hair, Gee.
Huh? You pulling my pants?
No, I don't want you to take off your pants.
That's one way to get somebody off your porch.
I'll show you his hair.
That's sour.
How about this one? This one Nick will like, and I kind of liked it too. I thought it was hysterical. The cross-border beer sales could put New Brunswick Liquor Board out of business.
Yeah,
Is something the courts here.
There's actually a new update on this story. Apparently, the RCMP are now forced to charge entire New Brunswick population with illegally important. Oh no, this must
That's
be a
the
joke.
manatee.
Okay, I only read the first sentence here.
The manatee is like New Brunswick. It's
it's a satire site.
Yeah.
Okay.
They post some funny shit from time to time, but yeah.
But yeah, so put it out of business. Okay.
That is fucking bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. There's no way. Most of the New Brunswick population lives in the south. I mean,
because the LCBO went out of business with buying beer in Quebec.
Yeah.
Right.
It's. I mean, they did that shit with the selection beers a couple years ago, because they were we got to stop cross-border shopping, because what people really want are cheap-ass pieces of shit fucking lagers, and we'll government contract the fucking Moosehead and get them to brew it, and that will save our industry.
I think with the idea with the selection beers were that Moosehead, they contacted Moosehead to make a beer that they could cut costs on, make as cheap as possible, in order to combat beer sales from across the border in Quebec. But it's the New Brunswick tax regime when it comes to that, comes to charging for beer. It's the entire structure that really needs to be changed. I mean, it's how can a beer system in Quebec be so profitable and yet offer beer so much cheaper that and so much offer beer so much cheaper in Quebec, yet over here, I mean, they're having a problem with people flooding over. I just think the whole thing is stupid, because the only way that this is really going to affect, I mean, nobody's really going to go over to Nova Scotia and buy beer that cheap. That's the only other option, and the most common option for Moncton and New Brunswick. The only people that are going to go up to Quebec to buy more beer are the people who live within like an hour or two of the Quebec border, which is not like maybe 25% of the province. So the whole thought that they're going to go out of business is absolute fucking bullshit.
Ludicrous. Absolutely fucking ludicrous.
Now, to touch on your thing about the Quebec beer industry being more profitable, it actually is the province that brings in the least amount of tax money on beer, and, well, on all liquor. And the reason they're bringing in so much less tax money is because the federal government reimburses them a certain amount of tax money out of the federal coffers for them being the only French province in Canada.
Yeah.
Quebec's number one for...
They don't actually need as much tax money to go into the province because they're actually being funded by the rest of the country.
Oh, yeah. People these days like pointing out New Brunswick's the only bilingual province in the country, so where the hell's our money in that case?
But you're not as a distinct society, Nick, so you don't get to be pampered as much as Quebec does.
We're an indistinct bipolar society here in New Brunswick.
And, well, here's what you need to do. New Brunswick needs to threaten to secede from the rest of the country, and maybe you'll start getting some sweet, sweet tax dollars thrown in your way.
Yeah, that's also really likely. That ain't happening.
You guys would say, "Oh, we're gonna leave," and everybody like, "See you later."
They're probably laughing.
What's the price? What's the price in Quebec of a good craft beer?
I have no idea.
That's pretty vague. But we get with Fin du Monde, when it came out here, we were getting like 6 packs for like $12.95.
Well, that's not Quebec. I'm asking about Quebec.
No.
You shop in Quebec. What does craft beer cost in Quebec, or even Unibrew? Because I know that you get a lot of cheap beer in Quebec, but the most stuff I ever see that's cheap is the cheap stuff. Quebec would be closer to the New York way in my mind, where you're going out and you're buying your Red Dog for $6, or you're buying your Dogfish Head for $18.
Yeah, but I mean, when it comes to the grand product that New Brunswick Liquor is going to, the main product that's going to be threatening beer sales in New Brunswick versus Quebec is going to be not the craft beer, but the cheap beer. Like, people are going to go up and buy 24 flats of beer for half the price that is in New Brunswick. I don't know exactly what the price difference is, but still.
What we got here is people go to Montana and buy shitloads of like Coors Light and come back, because it is so and the craft beer too. It is so fucking cheap to buy it in Montana. Well, it was till the dollar fucking tanked. Anyway.
No, I find it hysterical that they would even try and say that they will go out of business. Really, it was a federal decision to allow cross-border shopping, It always should have been there. There shouldn't have been a fucking closure on the border going, no, you cannot bring your beer from another Canadian province into this province. That should have never happened. In all honesty, the fact that they had to have a constitutional lawsuit against them to even start talking about this in court is kind of mind-boggling, especially when you figure that I can go to any province I want for the most part, except for New Brunswick, and bring beer back from those provinces to here. And I'm not going to get stopped. Yeah, I'm not going to get stopped at the border. I'm not going to have anything like that happen to me. It's going to be perfectly fine.
See, like this one is $7.99. This one is $2.89. Quebec craft beers. Yes.
Yes.
Well, you know.
Yes.
So Quebec has some pretty loose provincial laws then with liquor. They don't have many restrictions on ABVs or anything like that.
They used to have a restriction that you could only sell beer that was from Quebec or from a French area, so France and Belgium and that sort of thing. I don't know if they still follow that rule, but the SAC could only sell things that were French for a very long time.
Because Quebec per person consumes the most alcohol, and then behind them is Alberta. And I heard that
ahead of all of them is Welland.
Is Welland.
Welland.
And I heard anyway. There was some stink. It might have been bullshit, but apparently Alberta has the highest prices for like markup on a lot of the beers.
Well, that would make sense.
Country?
You guys have a private enterprise, so you
charge what they want.
Whatever you want.
Okay, well, what's a 12-pack of Budweiser or something cost out there now?
12 a Labatt Blue, which is the most expensive of all that shit, was $27-$28 at Safeways.
Jeez,
that's fucking insane.
Fuck shit, yeah, it was. I was like, fuck, wow. And you can only buy it in 12, so I couldn't get a single, so I had to buy 12.
Yeah, you can get a 2-4 for like 32 here.
Yeah, we get 30 packs and cans for like $18 or something.
Yeah, Macro's expensive.
For Coors or
Budweiser. Budweiser, Coors, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Depends on the store. Depends. Like Costco will sell you like Coors Light for really cheap compared to the other stores and stuff.
Coors Light.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? You guys have a private enterprise, and this is what everybody in Ontario that wants privatization doesn't get. It doesn't mean your prices go down more. It means there's more competition on where you shop. You can go to whatever store you want. It's up to you where you're putting your money. They have a basement that they have to charge for it. That's mandated by our government still because they're going to want their tax dollars. And after that, they can put whatever markup they want on it.
Like great Canadian
fluctuate in Alberta.
Great Canadian Wholesale Liquor. Buddy goes there from across town. He'll go to Great Canadian Wholesale Liquor, shave $70 off the same 2.6er Scotch. Like that's the difference between stores from the west side to Canadian Wholesale Liquor. $70 on whatever fine Scotch he's buying.
Just to put this out there, a 12-pack of Labatt Blue in New Brunswick costs $23.99.
Whoa.
See, Labatt Blue is like the pseudo budget beer in Ontario. It's sometimes it's on the budget list, sometimes it's a couple dollars above the budget list.
I honestly have no idea what a case of Labatt Blue goes for.
I'm looking it up on the website.
About $40. Maybe more.
Money well spent.
30 cans of Molson Canadian, almost $50, $48.49.
I'd rather just drink my own
Pass.
urine.
Drink my own urine for that much.
Wow, you drink your own urine for a small price, really?
It's sterile.
Hey,
No,
look where it came from. There's no
Somebody's like, yeah, I'll pay you to actually do it.
It's always a fun thing, taking a certain beer and saying, okay, what's it worth at each different place? Because it gives you some idea of what's going on across the country.
Well, how about a craft beer comparison? What's a craft beer we can all get? Like, I guess you could call Sam Adams still craft beer?
No.
No.
You can probably get like Mill Street Organic just about anywhere.
Yeah, you get Mill Street here.
Yes.
10?
Yeah, I'll look at Mill Street Organic in just 1 second. I'm just trying to find one other thing.
That one's like 13 for a 6-pack here. I don't even know if it comes in 2
Yep.
fours.
$15.99 for a 6-pack of organic here.
Yeah, so it's a little more expensive than we pay for it, but
24 bottles of Labatt Blue in Ontario is $33.
That's it,
That's
really?
still
That's pretty
really
good.
That's not bad.
Now, if you're a licensee, Labatt Blue is actually one of the highest paid products for a licensee compared to its price for the consumer. The consumer's paying $32. A licensee will be paying about $44 for that case.
It may have dropped in price. Like last time I bought Labatt Blue, that was like 2 years ago.
Well, no, Labatt Blue in Ontario is, like I said, it's one of those weird pseudo ones. Usually, it's either going to be right at the budget beer price, or it's going to be $4 higher. It just fluctuates back and forth because Labatt Blue is actually brewed in Ontario. It's brewed right in London, Ontario, so they don't have to move it really anywhere. Now, we were talking, what, Mill Street Organic? Mill Street Organic is a hard one to say because, I mean, Mill Street Organic is getting shipped across all across the country, too. So it should be cheaper in Ontario than anywhere else, in all honesty. I don't know, can everybody get Moosehead?
Yeah.
Like just regular Moosehead?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
little old Moosehead.
Regular old Moosehead. Which should be cheapest in the Lee and Nick's side of the world, in the Maritimes, but it probably isn't. 24 bottles of Moosehead in Ontario, currently on sale for $36, normally $40. And everybody's got it.
I think a case of Moosehead here is like
You don't even fucking talk.
It's like half that. Actually, I do have a topic I wanted to say to all you Canadians, our neighbors up north, is that congratulations on the world title of the beer mile, I have to say. Congratulations. Unfortunately, the women from the United States had to take the world beer title instead of the men, but that's okay.
The fuck's a beer mile?
What's that? A beer mile? It's when an individual runs a whole mile and drinks 4 beers.
The fuck? That's no challenge. Come on, I'll do it right now.
He'll do it right now, carrying his computer.
YouTube beer reviewer phenomenon. You have to drink.
Wait, how fast is beers?
Well,
how fast do you want to drink
guys, like, one of their times for the mile was 6:53, and that's running the mile and drinking 4 beers in that mile.
During the run?
Not during the run. I mean, you can stop and chug it. You can stop and chug it, but it's just you just have to get the fastest time. Is what the whole. So they said the whole trick for them, the guys for the Canadians, the whole trick was that they ate a whole watermelon to train their stomach to keep up with that, the carbon dioxide buildup while they're running around the track. So
I'd be impressed if those 4 beers were Dogfish Head 120s.
Hey, some lady just downed a 750 of fucking cognac before she tried to get on a plane. So, I mean, if she could do that, what's up?
That'll do.
Say, what cognac was it?
Remy Martin.
Remy Martin, 1738. I'm sure.
Yeah, which Remy Martin? This is important information.
Whatever. It was $189. That's all I know.
Oh,
So
no,
probably
it wasn't 1738. That's just like $50 here.
Yeah. She went to go bring it on, and they wouldn't let her carry it on, so she threw it down. And then they still wouldn't let her on the plane because they're like, "You're gonna hurt yourself. You're not allowed on the plane."
Yeah, they won't. Yeah, that's the law. You can't be intoxicated on an aircraft.
Oh yeah, that never happens.
So the Maritimers and the man from Alberta cannot give me the price of Moosehead.
Huh?
You don't want to touch. You don't get intoxicated on an airplane if you spend the money and buy their booze.
Get all. What? How many bottles there, Chad? Of Moosehead?
24.
24 flat.
Like I said, normally here in Ontario it's $40, it's $39.95, but right now it's on sale for $35.95.
Yeah. I see Moose Light $39.98 for flat for 24 or 24. 24 Alpine. 24 Alpine is $39.98 as well.
We don't get Alpine.
Yeah. Really? There's no Moosehead 24s?
Moosehead Light. Moosehead Light actually costs more than Moosehead here. It's $41.50 for Moosehead Light. Which is kind of weird too. I mean, hey, let's water down Moosehead and charge more for it.
Get a 12 of James Reddy lager for $20. Man.
Yeah, James Reddy is one of our budget beers. So a 24-pack of it would be $29.95.
Yeah.
You know, come to think of it, we really don't have all that many 2.4s here anymore in Nova Scotia. Seems it's all like 12 packs and stuff now for the most part.
I think
seems like a bunch of conservatives over there.
Yeah, they don't have the beer store telling them how to make their beers. The beer store says we need everything in 24s because our people don't want to do anything more than, this, that.
Oh, yeah.
When we went for Christmas dinner at Christie's uncle's house, all he did was feed me Sleemans the entire night. I think he was trying to take advantage of me. But he put like 12 Sleemans down my throat, and he had like 15 2.4s in his garage. Yeah, literally down my throat.
I would say you were taking advantage of already.
Yep.
Down your throat and on your neck, face, and chest, dude.
Yep. Got it in your eye.
Oh, at least it wasn't Sleeman Lift, or I'd be, ready to be performing.
Is that the one with the coconut in it?
Yeah, coconut water, yeah.
Oh.
We'll see, a 24-pack of Keith here is $44.98.
Ooh. Our next little topic here was something that I shared on the webpage. It was shared to me by... Who the fuck has that feedback?
Here, hold on. I'll shut mine off.
Testing.
Still going? Not me. My mic was off the whole time, Chad. I'm sorry. I was trying to communicate. I was telling you the whole story. No.
You were telling us the whole story.
Oh yeah, I said I don't know what Moosehead is here. I don't, but I know the Barking Squirrel's competitive, and I like that beer.
From Toronto.
His mic was off the whole time, and he was telling us a story.
I was going on and on, man.
Like, why is
no one answering?
Me?
So the brewhead went to the Elora Brewing Company, and he went in, and they told him it would take him 45 minutes to get a chance to do their samples, and he was talking about how they had their fridges were full of growlers and bottles, but none of them were capped or filled because they weren't allowed to sell samples off-site yet. They were allowed to sell from the tap on-site because they had brewed those off-site, so they couldn't sell them to leave. But there was a whole bunch going on this, but a whole bunch of people were on Twitter talking to them about their disappointment, and their response to them was, "Why don't you guys go cry about it with a hashtag craft beer crybabies?" Now, after reading the entire Twitter conversations that Elora Brewing Company had with all the different people, it's not as bad as just them saying, "Why don't you guys go cry about it?" which is what the screenshot would make you think. But still, in this day and age, after what happened with Bad Apple and what's happened with Pizza Boy and what's happened with so many other places, you'd think a brewery that was brand new, that doesn't yet have a fan base at all, would be more careful on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanna become popular first before you try and be a diva about it.
Oh, I don't know. Some breweries go for that route, though. They go for the, well, we're badasses. We don't care what everyone thinks. Like the Unfiltered Brewing here in Nova Scotia, they're all about saying, "Fuck you. We don't care what you think. We're making awesome beer, and you can suck it."
Yeah.
Is it good beer?
No idea. I haven't had it yet.
Neither have I.
And I don't even think I want to have it, honestly. Because they just come off as disingenuous pricks.
So wait, there's a brewery called Unfiltered?
Yeah, unfiltered.
It's almost as bad as Brew.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a sucky name, isn't it? Like,
I was gonna say if they filter even a single one of their beers, that's false advertising.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much painted themselves into a corner, didn't they?
You know, I actually. Yeah, if but Allura Brewing Company, to what I can understand, again, looking at what they were writing back and forth with other people, wasn't trying to be like the guys from Unfiltered. They weren't trying to be edgy or anything. It was them just saying something. They thought they were being funny about it. They're like, we thought we were making a joke. It didn't go over well. Well, whether or not that's actually them doing damage control or not, who knows? But they were fast on it. It wasn't like Pizza Boy where it took a few days of them being stupid before they went, oh shit. They were like, oh, we got to fix this right away. Now, what was it? The brew head, Adam, was like, I've never been to a place that had more than a 45-minute wait, and I brought up a bunch of things like Ewert's waiting at Kuhnheim there,
Hours.
I can't, yeah.
Kuhnheim?
Yeah, whatever. Bellwoods and their Bring Out Your Dead sales and all that, and he's like, well, this was just for samples, not for a special bottle release. But they're basically a brew pub. They have a restaurant inside, so they had tables that you couldn't sit at because they were filled with people eating. So it's kind of, you were going in for samples at a brewery, but it's more a restaurant it's more a tied house. It's a restaurant with a brewery attached. And you can't just go in for the brewery part of it because that's fully attached. They don't actually have a proper setup for you to go in and do a tasting, much like at Niagara Brewing Company that just opened up from up on Clifton Hill. If you go in, you can buy stuff and take it out right from the retail store, but there's nowhere to just stand at a bar and drink. If the place is full, you're waiting before you sit.
And hey, just an aside on fucking Niagara Brewing Company, your friend there, Jordan St. John, said their stuff wasn't that bad. What the fuck is he drinking?
He's probably drinking the whatever they paid him to say, grape juice.
Yeah, because
he's on the take like any reviewer of any sort of, just all the writers in Ontario, like the whiskey reviewers, the beer reviewers are all on the take.
Although he said, hey, Niagara Brewing Company, it's not that bad, and the picture on his Twitter was like of a big plate of food, so I knew exactly where that review was going. And someone threw some free food his fucking way or something. Jesus Christ! I was like, oh my God! It's like I just had like 6 of their fucking beers, and they were all substandard to terrible.
I wouldn't say substandard to terrible, but when you look at their price, they're kind of substandard. But there wasn't one that I hated. I just didn't like any of them, should I say.
And ironically, despite that, I'm still going to go and buy their whole collection when I'm up in Niagara.
Oh, well, good luck with that, sir.
And the only problem with that is the price. Like I was saying to the guys when I was doing my beer meals, I went in and I bought 4 of each one of their 4 beers. So 16 beers. I bought 16 cans of beer. It cost me $63.
That's retarded. That beer is not worth that at all.
Yeah, see, I would just buy 1 of each, and then if any of them are particularly shitty, maybe I'll buy
one of each, sure, but that's still going to be over $15 now for 4 cans.
Whoa, ridiculous.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's over $3 a can.
I'm saying do it, Greg, because that's what we do. We try them. I'm just saying that as a consumer, I'm looking at 4 cans for $15. And I'm thinking your cans are just average stuff. The only reason it's priced like that is because it's on Clifton Hill. So they're trying to ream the tourists like all of Niagara Falls does. And it's just stupid. Like, what are you going to do in your off season? Are you going to close from September till May? Because nobody's going in to pay $15 for a 4-pack of cans when they can get a fucking 12-pack for that price.
Yeah, the best one you sent me was their Amber Ale, and I would not pay $15 for 4 cans of that. Fuck that.
And Niagara in general is pretty ridiculous with their prices, but you know what? Whatever, $15, I'll try it. It's 4 untapped check-ins. I like it. I don't like it. It doesn't matter. I probably at that price will never buy it again. But.
And that's what it all comes down to, right? Regardless of the price of it, yeah, it's kind of a turn-off at first. If the beer is good enough to say, regardless of price, I'd buy it again, or even with the price impacts. Like that's to me, it's what it comes down to. It's either one or the other. Is this beer good enough with the price to buy it again? Would I do it or not? And that's what they're trying to do. I mean, if they're not going to have repeat customers, why brew what they're brewing? The brew should be good enough. And sometimes things are going to cost you an arm and a leg, and but they have to be that much better to get you to repeat, right?
It's not repeat customers they're going for though. They're going for the tourists. They're right beside the Rainforest Cafe and Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Well, that'll be I would say that'll be short-lived, but then again, Ripley's Believe It or Not's been there for like 30 years, so they'll be just fine, I guess.
And it's not like they're paying any money for the building. They're owned by Niagara Hotels, so the whole building is. They're not paying rent. So as long as they can.
Do they try and charge you the Niagara tax on top of the high prices?
The girl was going to put the TFS on, and I looked at her and I go, "You're not even going to try that."
Yeah, I'll put the albino ball sack on you.
When I was there for the festival, the only place that didn't try and charge me that was Sous Chalet. They said, "No, we don't even bother trying to charge you guys that." But good for you. You make good chicken.
Well, it's a neat industry. Everyone's an individual. They're trying to get the one. I'm drinking Tourist Town beer right now, Nelson's Hop Good Session IPA, and it's fucking awesome. And I keep going back to them, and it's cheap. Those guys are fucking killer, man. I love those guys.
Whereabouts that brewery?
Nelson, BC.
See, there's being in a tourist city, and there's being in the heart of tourist area of the tourist city. Taps. Lee's had Taps beers.
Oh yes,
but Taps has good food. I think the food is the only reason it's still open.
That could be the only reason.
But Taps beer compared to both of them in the same city, Taps on Queen Street, this on Clifton Hill, Taps beer is about a third of the price.
It should really be about 1/8 of the price, but
The big problem that Taps has, and it's a problem I've talked to them about over and over again, is the fact that there's nothing separating their brewery from the bar and kitchen and everything else. It's all open. So sometimes you're going to get an amazing beer from them, and most of the time you're going to get an infected beer. And they're okay with that.
Yeah, they don't care. They hope you're not going to really taste the infected beer while you're eating your food. That's they probably bank on most people not knowing the fucking difference.
They hope that the slightly vinegary taste goes well with the balsamic salad.
I mean, it's really cool that you can watch them brew and like throw things at the brewmaster while you're eating. But I
don't think that's the spirit of the place.
That might not be the spirit of the place, but that's the way it's set up. It's not like any other Tide House or brew pub I've ever been in where everything's separated. Maybe the fermenters are out there because they're sealed the whole time. Maybe they're out there just to make it look cool. But the entire brew house is in the open. There's a stage right beside the brew house where a band can be playing while they're... What the fuck?
Whoa!
It's alright, it's doing laundry.
There's actually a stage so that there can be a band playing while Kevin's there throwing all of his ingredients in the fucking brew pot.
You see, that's not the same. Like, it'd be cool if it was like a chef putting all the stuff in a fucking wok or something and cooking while a fucking band's playing. That's more of a kind of interesting thing. But when you're watching someone like brew beer and someone's playing in the band right next to it, it's like, you're ruining this beer. You're ruining this fucking beer.
You watch a string break and fly into the fucking mash tun.
You're seeing the fucking lead singer sweat into the fucking vat or something like that. Like, no, stop it.
You see the rats just going diving inside?
Pretty much.
No, Anheuser-Busch, they were rocking out that day.
And then they Niagara Brewing Company has Megan. Megan's one of their brewers. She's a little girl, and they use every Wednesday they do a video on YouTube, and it's Megan in every video talking for like a minute. And yeah, she talks about this, she talks about that, she talks about this, she talks about that. And I'm like, yeah, they're just using the fact that they have a female brewer. They're milking that. They're milking it hard.
Pervy.
Literally milking it for their milk stout.
Milk it. Oh yeah.
And right there is why we invite Greg, because he is the resident perv when Paul isn't around.
I'd like to think I'm still the resident perv even when Paul is around. He's more the resident, like, sort of necrophiliac / fister.
That's what we have Guy for. What are you doing here? Come on.
Keith. Who's Keith?
I'm going to drink some Affligem.
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 I say affligem because it does not sound like you're clearing your throat and spitting somewhere, but, you know, affligem, whatever.
What is the proper pronunciation on that one?
I don't know.
Shit.
I always call it what Lee said. Affligem.
Yeah, me too. Affligem.
Stop copying me, Nick.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up.
I'd just like to say I was at the LCBO today, and there's still no hopped whiskey there.
Terrible.
I know.
We got
Hey, I guess what? You'll never have it. It's just destiny. You're gonna bitch about it. You'll never have
It
it.
doesn't even sound like Destiny. It sounds like you're going, yeah, you know where my friend the Rhino lives? Fuck him. Don't send it anywhere near there.
I've got the exact
Exactly.
opposite problem that all the LCBOs around me. I just haven't gotten to go buy it yet.
Affligem. That's how you pronounce it. Affligem.
You pronounce it however the fuck you say it. I say Affligem. Fuck you guys.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Have you guys had Jameson's Castmates yet?
Nope.
No.
Try it, though.
What?
Jameson came out with the whiskey where they give their barrels to breweries such as Great Divide, so Great Divide age their beers, and then Great Divide will give them.
They're doing Innocent Gun.
Was it Innocent
Although-
Gun? I heard it was a bunch of breweries.
That's how Innocent Gun was invented. Innocent Gun just made a beer that was put in Grant Scotch barrels for Grant's to do a beer aged Scotch.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, I've never seen that Scotch around here. I've just seen the Jameson just recently released something like that, and I got to taste it. It was okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you guys got it or not. So
I heard about what Ethan's
curious
talking
to know.
about. I heard what he's talking about. I heard something 4 years ago. No.
It's like. Like, oh yeah.
That went right over his head too. He just.
No, I mean, no, I heard about that though.
Yeah. All right. You're going on the list. Hold on, let me get it.
Beer, Zerker, Adian.
Wait, Ethan's going for a list. Where are you going? To the Wayback Machine or whatever?
Yeah, I'm going on my Windows 98 computer. Hold on. Taking a minute to start up here.
Taking a minute to boot.
Got one of them pull starts, you know.
Oh, while Ethan's
It's
doing
got
that.
a scan disk.
Yeah. While Ethan's doing that, we
There's
do that.
floppy disk in there, but it ain't fitting.
Ethan, shut the fuck up.
There's so many. If I wish I had the money to go out and buy liquor, because I want to try Jack Daniel's Fire. I want to try Wild Turkey Honey. I saw a few Weiser's products today that I wanted to try. I saw there was still some Black Jager, and I wanted to try that Jagermeister Black. There was so much stuff as I was walking through the LCBO today, because I was looking for the hopped whiskey. I'm like, let's just check if they have it. So I'm looking at all the shelves, going, I just wish I had fucking $500 sitting in my pocket.
Yes.
Yes.
When I went into tasting it, I think I had the wrong mindset because I was thinking that it was going to be like
Wait. You only had the wrong mindset when you were going to go taste it?
When I was tasting the whiskey aged in stout barrels, yeah. Stout whiskey barrels, I guess you could say. But
What?
Whiskey aged and stout.
What? Whiskey aged in stout barrels?
Well, it's a whiskey barrel. It's a stout aged whiskey barrel. It's a stout taste.
It's a barrel aged. It's a barrel aged fucking whiskey. And goddamn, Ethan, you fucked me up now, you motherfucker. Just shut up for a minute.
It's a 6-year-old whiskey aged in like previously used Bourbon County Rare barrels, previously Pappy Van Winkle barrels, previously.
Yeah, no, they put their stout in the barrels, and then they gave the barrels back to Jameson, and Jameson put their fucking whiskey in the fucking barrels.
Out in the barrels, else gets the hose again.
For a guy who's not a huge whiskey connoisseur,
Marvin, if you're
I was
still
very
around,
sudden.
if you're watching or anything, sorry I missed you leaving, but when you type over here, remember I'm blind, so typing on this thing here doesn't help me. Everybody else can answer you. I have no fucking clue what just went on.
Did you give Joe an invite? Because he wanted one in.
I gave Joe an invite at the very beginning.
Joe says nope. I don't know. I just said, I let him know that there's space now, and he's like, nope. I don't know. So Joe's being a bitch, and
Joe is a fag.
Hey, guys, be nice to Joe. He's just very sensitive.
He's misunderstood, really.
Yeah.
So that's how most like transgender people say. I'm just misunderstood, right? So.
Yeah, see, I can't invite him because he's already been invited.
Also, I don't want you guys to bully him to the point of suicide because he still has to send me some beers next week. So wait till the week after.
Uh-oh.
Hey, where do I put my order in? That's what I want to know. I want Barn Owl and plenty of it.
I want some Barn Owl too, to be honest with you.
Jeez. I wasn't even going to go to the Bellwoods release, but if people want it that bad, I can go grab a few bottles. I didn't bother with the Barn Owl #1 because I don't usually like their sours all that much.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Greg. You shouldn't be going there thinking about you. You should be going there thinking about other people.
Well,
exactly.
Selfish
you selfish bastard. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well.
Oh, so I drank. I don't know if any of you guys here in Ontario have bought it, but I ended up finding on King Street of all places. I went to the King Street LCBO in St. Catharines. Okay, Crackhead Central, right downtown St. Catharines. Crackhead Central, tiny little LCBO, smallest one I've ever been in. Every time I go there, I spend like $70 on beer that I have never had before. And I walked in, I spent I think $65 this time around. Found 7 new beers for review. Hobgoblin Gold, which wasn't that good, but Hobgoblin Gold. But one of the things I picked up there was fuck. Where was I even going now? Oh, the Cameron's Brewmaster pack. So their 2 summer seasonals was Recline Pale Ale and Into the Shade Saison. And Into the Shade Saison was talking on the bottle about how it was unfiltered and this and that, and I pour it out, and it was fucking crystal clear gold. And I'm like, unfiltered? Did you guys agitate your tanks or something? Like, were you just taken from the top? Like, what the fuck is this? And yeah.
Echo.
Yeah, I think that was the one they had in their 4-pack they released earlier in the summer.
Yeah. The Recline was really good, but where's that echo coming from?
Joe just joined us. Joe.
It wasn't fucking me. I can hear it too. And fuck all you guys. I'm mad. Everyone.
You're echoing the most here, Joe.
Joe, you're echoing. Joe, you're echoing.
Echo.
Echo.
I'll mute Joe.
I can hear the fucking echo.
That's better.
Yeah, now all the annoying noises are gone.
So, Joe, what's going on?
Yeah, it really fucking worked, you dumbass. Everything's going great. I'm doing fine. It's great. Great times.
Nice hat, Joe. That's a good hat.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good times.
Yeah. Yeah. The shirt matches pretty well with the hat.
Why do you sound extra creepy tonight? You have a new mic, right?
Does the carpet match the drapes?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I got a new microphone.
Unbelievable.
Why does it sound too sensitive?
Just mute everyone until we figure out what that goes. Or change characters to be like, it's fucking Google Plus. It's Google Plus!
Not him.
Test.
Who? Yeah.
It's not me.
It wasn't me.
Wait, it went away.
It was Berserker.
It was Berserker.
Wasn't me.
Here,
I got headphones in. Everybody's got to put headphones on. I got headphones on. You guys are too loud.
Ah!
My
Fuck you,
volume's
Berserker.
down too.
Now it's back.
It's back? Oh my god, what am I gonna do? I got headphones in and everything.
Wait a second.
You know, with someone else?
A little bit.
Hold on, I'll plug the headphones. There's no way.
I hear echo.
Yep.
I hear it too.
Okay, right now we're seeming like we're examining.
We sound like we're in a cave right now.
How does everybody think stove taste this evening, huh? Is it real tasty?
Sorry, Jay, I love you and all, but right now we're having the same technical difficulties your entire panel has the entire show.
Yeah.
Hello.
Somebody's trolling us, and I think it's Ethan.
No, it's not me.
Ethan's not smart enough to troll anybody.
Oh,
Thank you, Lee. Thank you for defending me.
He's barely smart enough to look like a troll.
This is what should
Anytime,
happen.
brother.
Everyone should just quiet down for a second. Someone should say something quite loud and see if it pops up on the screen as an echo, the video.
Okay, everyone shut up and
You guys
I'll
are
say,
fucking
I'll say
stupid.
something. Okay.
It's
Whiskey
Beer Zerker.
tits.
What?
Whiskey tits.
Wizard tits.
Whiskey tits.
Wizard
Whiskey
sleeves?
tits.
One of you fuckers is trolling me.
Gonorrhea!
Hey, you guys!
This is not the appropriate way to troll. This is just stupid.
Yeah, the technical difficulty is not equivalent of trolling. It's just retarded.
See,
Sorry.
it's gone now.
Retardation is in effect.
It's stupid as
no,
drinking a
no,
5-week-old pale ale and thinking it's good as a 2-week-old pale ale. That's how stupid it is.
You know what? It's a 2-week old. Oh, it's drain pour. It's official.
not if it's in my fridge.
Garbage.
It's
Well,
Hugo Martin over there.
Well, what if you have 22-ounce bombers littering your fridge with it so you can taste it, the change over days? That's
A
the way to
fridge
go.
full. A fridge full.
I was
22
muted the
ounce.
whole time.
And we didn't have any echo.
Did you guys hear anyone say gonorrhea real loud?
No, because I muted you.
Oh, so I was muted. Oh, yeah. I muted myself.
You were double muted.
Yeah. Is that possible?
Get muted,
It is
son!
now.
But now it's gone. And he's unmuted now.
Well, I'm glad we
Told
all
you.
did not come to the bottom of this mystery and we can move on.
Get back.
Throw it out
Get
there,
the
Marvin's
news,
fault.
everyone.
What are you drinking, Joe?
A bottle of White Raja from the brew kettle.
Ooh, the brew kettle. Where's that from, Joe?
Oh my God! No one cares.
Oh my god.
Probably
Joe,
Michigan.
tell me. Just tell me. Just tell me. Come on.
No one cares about fucking Ohio. I'll tell you right
I
now.
really don't. Like, I
The only
I still
people
don't care.
I don't care either. I really don't. I really
the only
don't.
people who care about Ohio are fucking fake Elvises and fucking ponytailed douchebags. who haven't died yet.
Indeed, my friends, indeed.
It's like no Ohio, thank you.
motherfuckers.
Oh, you got dragon's milk, huh? Good job, Greg. Where'd you get that
Dragon.
from?
Oh, I'm
2014 vintage, aged for a year.
Fuck it, get out of here.
What is it?
Lot of garbage.
Can
Now, what is that? What? Come on, malt liquor. Is that malt liquor?
Vivint.
Brewery Vivint.
Yeah,
Vivint.
tree bucket.
What the fuck is tree bucket?
Name of the beer is Tree Bucket.
It's a Belgian double IPA. It's really good.
You don't
actually.
have to say Belgian.
Tree
but when
bucket
you
or
say
trebuchet?
their beers are-
That can't be from tree. That's from tree bucket.
Yeah,
Oh, it's from Brewery Vivant. Or
From
Vivint.
Brewery Vivant.
With their wraparound labels on the can,
Yes.
baby.
They're very cost-effective packaging.
The best is I had their pothole stout, and it had the label actually. You peeled it off, and it had red cock underneath. Like they literally took the can from a different beer and just put like another label over it. I was like, I love this fucking brewery.
Yeah, they're smart. They're just being wise. I mean, they're ordering all that kind of. It's especially for the limited stuff like pothole and even this one, the seasonal stuff. It's smart. Why not?
Did you just say red cock?
We did say red cock.
Yeah, big red cock.
COQ though. COQ.
A hoppy red ale.
You know, you squeeze your cock all over the surface of something and.
Did you say seal-cued cock?
Stop the cook.
This is why I didn't want to.
We got two quick comments here. Reviewing Under the Influence says, "Gee, you look like a fucking midget," and Marvin Stewart says, "No problem, Joe owes to me."
Excuse me, no problem. Excuse me, what now?
Joe owes Marvin for your spot on the panel.
You owe me for bringing me into this, whatever this is. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this.
Oh, you can turn away.
No, it's. I mean, I had to come in and troll with an echo that I actually didn't start. It's fun.
We'll blame you
do
anyway.
one of
Because
those
echoing
rich
is
kids
trolling.
who blame the victim.
He shows up, and all of a sudden there's an echo.
Who's the bush squirrel?
That's Matt's new friend.
Oh, and now Matt.
Woman.
I think that's probably from Dr. Dave, the beer professor video. He was probably giving it to homeless squirrels on the street.
There's no squirrels in downtown Cleveland.
See, that's how mice get in Anheuser-Busch products.
Fantastic.
Did you just say that's how mice get in Anheuser-Busch products?
He did say that.
Dental floss and all.
I don't know, when I saw Chad post that, I thought that was 100% legit after hearing about what happened with the monster incident. So,
Oh, did you know?
well, I mean, with how the lawyer handled it and how he sent it to a lab and how they did x-rays of the rat to show that it didn't have any sort of what's the word I'm looking for?
Saturation.
Well, not saturation, but just say like breaking the bones of the mice or anything to try to stuff it in the can or anything like that. So it just
told you
showed,
I told you they did a mouse
that's the word I want to
autopsy.
use. I want to use a sense of trauma in the mouse. It was just, it pretty much drowned is what happened.
But the mouse doesn't have to break its bones. It can crawl into things that are.
I mean, for the
this
how
big.
size, how big that mouse was. I mean, I don't know if it can fit in there. I mean,
Maybe it's a new genetic freak that just can like survive in a carbon dioxide brew
I don't know.
environment.
They
for so
they
long.
did a whole butt ton of tests and it showed that the rat drowned in Monster Energy. So it's probably really hyper before it died.
That's the official word. A whole butt ton of tests. I like it.
Well, that
I
kind of
got
stuff.
Yeah, I try to keep this PG.
I like it.
That kind of stuff kills rodents dead really quick, though. I mean, there was a grocery store here in the town, and it was like notoriously bad for fucking health violations. Although they never got struck for them because the guy who owned the store is like super rich. So they used to have a mice problem. Like my brother worked in the store for quite a while. He used to have a serious fucking mouse problem where there's like if you move the pallet off the floor or display pallet,
10
tons
mice
of
just run out. Yeah.
More than 10, man. There are tons of mice would run out. So you would find dead mice on the fucking shelves and stuff like that.
Wow.
Dead mice in fucking bags of coffee, like coffee beans, like not ground coffee, but coffee beans. They would eat into the fucking bags, and they'd eat one or two fucking coffee beans, and it would like explode their hearts, and they'd die.
That's the way to go, I guess.
And then there were other times where you'd find mice inside fucking like Jello pudding cups. They'd get in there and they'd start eating the fucking Jello and drown.
Wow.
Fuck you, Bill Cosby. Bullshit.
The mice in the pudding cups.
I put the mouse in the pudding cup and I give it the barbiturates and the quaaludes.
Didn't know it coming.
You want the pudding pop the root in because here you hit the mouse.
There's always room for Jello.
There's always room for Bill Cosby and your Jello pudding popping.
Down with a Coke. A new Coke.
New Coke.
New Coke.
Dick in the coconuts and into the pot.
Oh god, I was flipping through records in a record store recently and I saw a copy of Bill Cosby's comedy album called It's True, It's True, It's True. Wow, he admitted it.
Oh shit.
Remember Family Matters? At the end of season 1, when the sister goes upstairs and she just never returns, they just pretend she doesn't exist for the rest of the series.
Was that when he became a porn star?
Yeah, and she randomly
became a porn
shows
star.
up as a porn star, yeah.
That's because Steve Urkel killed her. He was secretly a serial killer.
Oh, did I do that?
I just love how you can have a cable TV series. So there's 26 episodes, and she's in 26 episodes, and then she's just written out of the show, and they don't mention her and hope everybody forgets about her.
Yeah.
Maybe they
Well,
had
everybody did kind of forget
family
about her.
tragedy in the off season. They didn't want to talk about it.
You go into Steve Urkel's fucking basement, and he's got like a tit vest and a makeup kit, and
Yeah, he was there since birth trying to get in with his
Didn't even
Laura.
know tit vest existed.
Horses.
Hey, you know what? That actor did really well for himself. Now he's starring in such epic films such as Mega Shark.
yeah, it's really done a lot for his career.
Yeah, Urkel, he was talented. But Ethan's off screen. I think he's Googling that child actress porn star.
he's googling child porn.
For the
Let's
record,
leave
she
it at that.
wasn't a child when she became a.
No, she's a teenager.
She was fully.
Are we talking about DJ or which one?
No.
What's the
you're
older
thinking
one? The
Full
older
House,
one.
man. You're thinking
Full House.
Full House.
Family Matters.
No, we're talking Family
Steve
Matters.
Urkel.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I haven't watched that show in a long time.
It was one of the daughters on Family Matters when she grew up and became over.
Laura Winslow. No,
not that one. It's
the older one.
Laura's the one that stayed in the show the whole time.
Okay, so she's not a porn star.
Oh, Laura Winslow is
not that we're aware of.
I remember her best friend on the show died of cancer or something.
Yeah, she did in real life. Yeah.
Yeah, in real life, yeah.
I remember.
Well, that was the one that Urkel was dating.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe, right, yeah. And she died of I forgot what kind of cancer, but yeah, she died while they were filming. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember how they handled it in the actual show, but
Well, that's a down note.
yeah, let's talk. We were up here, and now we're just way down here.
I thought
the Yellow Ranger from the original. The Yellow Ranger from the original Power Rangers died pretty young too.
car crash, yeah, or something.
And car crash.
And Uncle Phil's dead, man.
But don't worry, there's like
Oh yeah,
there's like
James Avery, man, he's good.
Shredder. I was gonna say there's
man.
like 3.5 million other ones that could replace her. So it's
Oh, you're saying all Asians look the same? I get it.
So what did you guys think of the Hateful Eight trailer?
It looked like shit.
I've not actually watched it yet, but I generally like Quentin Tarantino stuff. So
I generally like his stuff, but that trailer did not sell me on the movie at all. It looked
I
like
want to see the Suicide Squad.
yeah.
I
I
want
agree.
that.
I don't want to see that at all.
Couple things that I had a problem with when I watched the trailer.
No, when you're here, what we'll do is we're gonna chain you down to my chair and we're gonna watch the Suicide Squad.
And a lot of
I'm
other
not
things
saying
as well.
I'm not saying I'm not going to watch it. I'm just saying I'm not excited to watch it. That's all.
Then after Suicide Squad, they're gonna mouth rape you.
That's
Probably.
wild. He's watching Suicide Squad.
Well, if I was watching Suicide Squad, I'd probably be getting like fucking face fucked, eye raped probably already. So it's not
Well,
going to be a big switch.
I was gonna
there's other
tiptoe-
openings now.
I was gonna tiptoe into it like the new Mad Max movie that came out. I just kind of wanted to tiptoe into that.
How
Why?
was
'Cause
that,
It's
anyway?
awesome. How's that tiptoeing? That's like the best movie of the year so far.
No, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying when it first came out. That's what I'm
I know
saying.
someone
When
who
the trailer was
disagrees with
Suicide
you, Lee.
Squad, I was just kind of like feeling the same vibe. Like I just felt like I should just kind of like creep into it, like I usually do with everything.
You creep into everything you do.
Yeah.
I was actually worried by that trailer because when I looked at it, I was like, oh, that must all be CGI. And it's like, no, actually, most of it was fucking stunts. There's like 20% CGI in the movie altogether compared to like 80% fucking stunt work. So it's like,
yeah, it was tastefully.
Holy fuck.
I was scared to watch that movie from the trailer on the Mad Max, but it must. But I'm glad to hear that it's good because now I'm not going to watch that. It sounds awesome.
It is fucking awesome. And it's the simplest, like, chase movie you can fucking think of, but it's just done so fucking well that...
Has anyone watched Pixels?
No, I have not. I've heard mixed feelings of that movie.
I've heard mixed things too. That's why I haven't seen it yet.
It's got Adam Sandler in it. Why does anyone want to fucking watch it?
Is it as good as Transformers 2?
Video game, Pac-Man.
Ever since That's My Boy came out, I just had mixed feelings of.
Get in the Flash.
It's like a mix of new.
Adam Sandler is one of those people who he was really funny on Saturday Night Live, and then ever since he's been making movies, he's basically been playing the same character, and it's like, well, okay. First couple times it's kind of funny. After that, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I think we're done here.
Yeah, it was his first few movies. It was his first movies once he started doing movies that I actually enjoyed. But I mean, it's the same with a lot of guys like Jim Carrey. his first movies were what I enjoyed the most.
Yeah. Well, like Jim Carrey's first cut, like what, Ace Ventura and.
Earth Girls are easy.
I haven't even seen that.
It's just a shift. It's a shift in comedy, is what it is. It's just changes.
I somewhat envy Adam Sandler for being able to play the same character for like 20 years and be super rich. That'd be awesome.
You know, eventually people like, you know, not Seth Rogen, but Seth MacFarlane, you know, from Family Guy and stuff like that. It's like that shit's gonna change eventually.
When you get happy, you suck as a fucking comic. That's it. It's a discussion over. When you're content and you have a family and you're happy, you don't have strife and you don't have to struggle, then that's when you're fucking funny. It's like when you're happy, you suck. And they all get fucking happy and make a ton of money, and then their shit fucking sucks.
And then you pull your penis out in front of women.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though. Fucking Louis C.K.'s still funny because he's fucking. He's like crazy. He's legitimately like fucking manic.
So blunt about. He like doesn't think he has success. He thinks he's terrible in a lot of respects.
Yeah, he's just waiting for the fucking other shoe to drop. So people figure him out that he's not funny. Yeah. That's what he thinks all day.
And they're not gonna figure out that. They're gonna figure out you're showing your penis to women. Like, he doesn't have to do that, I'd imagine. I mean, look at him, but it doesn't matter because he has money. So you would think at some point he doesn't need to do that. I think he just likes doing that. If it's true, right?
All the stories I heard about it though are like him just like throwing a joke out there in the middle of like hanging out for a while and then be like, hey, I'll just whip my dick out, and they go, yeah, go ahead. And he goes, bunk. You know what I mean? And it's just like, well, you said it's okay. You know what I mean? So really, he's not really whipping it out. He's getting permission.
Yeah. He's like, I warned you, and they're like, but we didn't think you were going to do it. Joke's on you, I guess, because I just did it.
Now look at this dick.
I don't think they want to after that. But I guess that's still not. I mean, it's probably true, but not 100% confirmed on that. Seems pretty likely, though. Now I'm getting the echo again.
Oh, you're covering your mouth too, so we don't see you laughing, you fucking troll.
I'm not laughing. I am getting the echo. Echo.
Echo and troll.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Mike's fucking garbage, Joe.
Fantastic, bro. Don't ever diss the mic.
You need a blue snowball.
You need a white snowball in your mouth.
I do have a white snowball right here.
Oh, echo.
Oh, yeah.
You need a rusty trombone.
I got a brown snowball.
Oh,
I think he's talking about poop.
That does sound like he's talking about.
All right. Where's Paul? I need an exit. Here.
Paul's not saving you tonight, sunshine.
All right. Well, I do have to go because people have to work reasonable hours in the morning. So.
Oh, look at the reasonable, mature adult. He has to have fucking a job and a family. God damn it.
Mr. Football. Stuart, Mr. Football, leaving us now.
Yeah. Exactly. University of Windsor Lancers undefeated thus far this season. We haven't played a game yet, but we'll see.
Who?
Oh, sorry, what?
Good job.
Yeah.
What?
I see how it is.
Hey, you did it to me when I first came in, so.
What?
What?
I don't know.
You have a wonderful night, viewers. Have a good sleep, good sir.
Sayonara.
Take it easy.
Peace out. Juices.
Or I think Jordan wanted an invite if you want to bring him in.
I sent him one.
Okay.
Where the fuck is the echo coming from? In all honesty, this is it.
Hello.
You think he can still meet you, man?
You think that's gonna stop Joe?
Come on, bro. Come on. What are you doing?
What are you kidding?
Echo. Alright, we'll be Greg next. Still echoing. Keep your Zerker.
It is what we call the Bianca.
Yeah.
I had I was gonna say I had the Oracle from Bell's tonight, and it was pretty good.
Titties IPA.
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of like a nice tropical fruit double IPA, but then it just like killed with that freaking rubbing alcohol. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Hang on a second. Did the echo go away?
It did, and then it came
Greg.
back.
It's like muddled now.
I think it was Greg, honestly. I don't think he had a headset on either. Well,
I told you.
Joe is the professional.
Goddamn pack of fucking amateurs, man.
All right, now we can start the show. There's no echo now.
It's good. It's just great sound quality. It sounds good.
I'm waiting for myself to get in trouble from the wife again for something somebody else said. That's what I'm waiting for.
I've said nothing.
Wait, what?
I get a boner when I go to Asian restaurants. What did you say, Chad?
Because of the
say
food.
anything.
The smell of the food. That's what gives me a boner.
But it wasn't me.
Ask for the cold sake, then you will get all the Asians.
Cold sucky.
Cold sucky.
Hardcore.
I want warm sucky.
No cold.
Dicky.
Warm
I'm
sake
for
for
the white
my
man.
bunghole.
I want to go to a club called Kimono Handjob.
That sounds painful. Kimono Dragon Handjob.
Kimono Dragon Handjob. Gaijin BJ.
What?
I don't really hear what he's playing. Are you trying to play Smoke on the Water?
No, he's playing the theme song, Kimono Handjob.
Me?
Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven.
No, don't play Stairway to Heaven. Play
It's
Stairway to
happy
Heaven,
ending.
you're never allowed here again.
Sounds like we're having a good time.
No, I'm just playing random bullshit. How are you guys doing?
Good, how are you doing, sir?
I'll lose my mind.
Hi.
Alright.
Okay, I'm leaving. Still not talking in this echo's fucking killing me.
Thank you, Matt. I am also leaving in a couple minutes.
Okay, see you guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye, Matthew.
What move?
This fucking echo.
And then there were 9.
Oh, aren't we down to 8 now?
We're the Hateful Nine.
Oh,
Yeah,
the hateful
Greg,
nine.
Greg and Berserker are talking.
Hello.
There you are.
I was gonna say I'm moving on to bourbon barrel aged arrogant Bastille.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I bought that.
7.35.15.
Oh. Quad review.
So it's happening right now. I'm gonna be doing a review. Live review. I'm just kidding.
Which beer? The Arrogant Bastard?
Barrel aged.
Nice.
This aged in Kentucky bourbon barrels that's printed on the label. So
Spoiler alert, Ethan. It's not that good.
not that good.
What?
You're
No.
saying $17.99 for a 6-pack is not good?
No, it's a barrel aged beer. It's not bad for a 6-pack. It's
I thought it
$3
wasn't.
a bottle.
For
I
how
didn't like.
fresh
I
it
didn't
is,
like
think-
Arrogant Bastard. I didn't like, but I like the Double Bastard.
Well,
Yeah,
this
double
is-
bastard. Good.
I want to get a double bastard bourbon barrel aged. Better talk to Stone to get them on that.
Joe
Chad,
won't let it happen.
Chad, why don't you just mute
That's why I
everyone
didn't open this until
And then-
you were left.
and then talk, and then unmute people and people can unmute by one to see seriously what's up with this echo.
Figure it out, Jay Terrio.
Wow, you're crazy, Joe. This is fucking amazing.
We're working our way down the mute line.
This is actually really good. Surprisingly, you get like that nice bourbon whiskey taste, but you also get that straight up like
Okay, so it's not
burn
bad.
of whiskey at the same time. It's kind of nice. I've never actually had a complex bourbon barrel beer like that.
Okay, I can't unmute people, so Lee, come in next.
Hello.
Okay. Ethan. Joe.
Hello.
Right, when Lee came back, he said something, and I heard with everyone else, I just heard an echo with Lee coming back. So I don't know what that means, but I heard it.
Gee, come
for
back.
a second.
Sounds like you're trying to accuse me of shit, is what it sounds
No,
like.
I'm not even saying it's you. I'm just saying when you said something, I heard.
You fucking prick.
Fucking taking a beer too, protecting you down.
Nicholas.
Yo.
Okay.
Oh. Echo.
We know it's not Jordan anyway because he just joined us.
Oh.
So it leaves Guy and Guy doesn't understand to unmute himself, I guess. He's just looking at the camera. Oh, there we go. There's
What?
Guy.
That?
I don't think it's Guy.
What is this fake? Yeah, get that didgeridoo out, bro. Get that didgeridoo, baby. Let's hear some of that music.
Then we have Hugo Morris over there, Hugo Boss. Then we have Gregory.
Gregory, baby.
Grigori.
I think it's Colonel Mustard in the fucking bachelor pad with the didgeridoo.
It's Colonel Sanders.
This is so entertaining to all those viewers out there trying to figure out.
Yeah, the like two people that are watching.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you this evening?
I'm doing
It's gotta be Guy.
I'm doing okay.
Does he?
Everything's good.
It's
What are
so
you
nice.
How about now?
You're like
What are you
Verizon guy.
drinking?
Still echo.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Are you having a beer?
I'm definitely having a beer.